hold that thought. Hi, I'm Billi Maddox and I'm gonna mess this up so that you don't have to. Today I'm gonna be working on I know this looks weird, you're like, what the hell is this? I know. It's a nerd thing. Today I am doing a Star Wars Comlink, or my version of it. The actual screen used version is like this, and I don't know about you, but it kind of looks like something that goes into the back tank of your toilet. It just kind of looks very PVC pipe-ish. Hey, I'm also using a found object. A lot of those props were found objects that they just mishmashed together, and that's sort of my bag. So this is actually the perfect little shape. I loved the sort of grenading and knurling of all of this, but it's just a flashlight. I shouldn't have done that. Was that bad? It was all gray and I sprayed it white, and I've been using it as part of my cosplay for a long time. You can see it here, right there. And I decided to give it a little update. It's been just all white for a long time. So I kind of chose just a sort of like chromey silver for the speak into part, and then just this sort of rebel yellow kind of thing. I don't know, maybe my cosplay person killed someone from the rebellion and this was their loot from that kill. Who knows? I don't know, maybe he just found it, maybe he bought it. I've done most of it. As you can see, I did the masking of all of the stuff that needed to be masked. It was really just those two rings on the side. Then I did all the painting. Then, after the painting was done and dried, I tried to peel up the tape. Here's a little tip for you. If you're ever painting something that has like a little lip on it or a little ledge on it and you've taped it, there's gonna be some paint that accumulates there. So if you just try to rip the tape off, it's gonna come up with everything. So just cut it around it, as maybe you're seeing on screen right now. I'm just running a blade along that edge just to cut the paint, and then it'll come up clean just like you see here. There are some spots here that did come up when I was doing that step, but all of this is gonna get weathered, which is the part that you're gonna see live now. Everything else was pre-recorded, sort of. Now I'm going to do the final bit, which is just doing the weathering to this, and I'm just gonna count that as part of the weathering and chipping. You know what? Happy accidents. All of these are sort of happy accidents. Then I taped off everything but this, just to give it a quick little spritz of that silver. Anyway, let's dirty this up a little bit because I still think it's a little too clean and pristine. The white areas I like because I've been using it for so long that it has picked up. Did you hear that? That was my someone sent me a message or maybe a notification of some sort. That was the Comlink sound. I told you, I use it as my, did I tell you? No, that's my ringtone and my notification thing. So the doo-doo is just a notification, and then the doo-doo-doo-doo. Maybe I should put the sounds in because I have them. That's my ringtone. I've always wanted someone to hear it and then stop me and say, hey, is that the Comlink sound from Star Wars? No one has ever done it. So I continue to hope that one day that will happen. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing most of this with, maybe I should sit the fuck down first. Get comfortable. I'm gonna do a few sort of weathery washes to this, and primarily what I'm gonna use is probably a burnt sienna for a sort of kind of a brownish tone, and some of this dark granite. They're both acrylics. So we're gonna be watering them down and just doing washes and then wiping the washes off. I just want it to sort of look like a bit of oil, a bit of dirt, kind of in the recesses. So this is always my favorite part because this is the messy, playful, kind of by feel part of the entire kind of thing. Start slow, start with really sort of watered down washes, but what you want to do is do something that feels random, something that feels true to the object. Try to think of how it's held in the hand. This is where you can hide your crimes, any mistakes you've done in the actual painting of it. You want it to sort of feel really natural. But essentially what you're doing in this step is you're knocking back some of these colors that you've added. Try to dirty up the very stark white and the very bright yellows and make it a bit more lived in. You want some areas to kind of pool and almost feel like little bits of like oil. So there's different kinds of techniques. You kind of want to go light on some and wipe away real fast, or you want to kind of let it pool and kind of start to dry a little bit and then just dab instead of wiping off. It's gonna feel like, if you're doing this, it's gonna feel like you're messing up the thing that you worked so hard for. Push through that. Just try to go slowly and not add too much too quick. And trust me, when it's over, it's just gonna feel like a real thing rather than just this like pristine kind of object. I want something that looks like it came out of that universe, so I'm gonna dirty mine up. All of this is just adding dimension to it. It just brings out the contrast and brings out the details of it. That's really what you're trying to do. So the last thing I think I'm gonna do and show you is, once you get to this point, things might feel a little dull. So what I do is I take a rub and buff silver leaf and do a bit of dry brushing, just, I mean, so subtle on some of the little corners and whatnot, just to give it a bit more of like highlight. Yeah, have fun with this step. This is my favorite step of anything that I do. This is my favorite step. I try to do it as random and haphazard, but as meticulous as possible. And then as a final thing, just so everything gets sealed in, I'm gonna hit it with a gloss clear coat. I still want it to be sort of shiny. Probably won't see that part because it's just me spraying some stuff. Just like you didn't see me spray the silver because you want to watch. Do you want to watch me spray paint something? Here's a video. Here's a video of me spray painting a thing. If you really want to see me actually spray painting something, just take my word for it. I did it. Why don't you believe me? Why don't you ever believe me when I tell you something? I spray painted this, I promise you. It's just I have to do it outside. So I'm not gonna tear down this whole rig just to show you a quick, do you know how quick this was? Just believe me. God, every single time. Oh, I did want to show one thing, just so you know I'm not bullshitting you. I don't know why you would think that. Let's do a notification. See? Just to show you I ain't bullshitting you. Why you don't believe me about stuff but spray painting that thing. I'm still raw about it. You think I've let it go? I'm still kind of a certain kind of way. And that's pretty much it for today. I just want to thank you for watching this. And before I let you go, I just want to say one last thing. Roll the thing.